transferring the power one place to another place, but in the shortest distance of the center, shortest center distance between the two shaft, parallel may be inclined and maybe skew in non-intersecting, non-parallel shaft also. Now, in the shortest distance, we will use only the gear drive, and in long distance between the two shaft, we will use the flat belt drive or V belt, and medium distance, that is also keep more distance than the gear drive. So gear drives in the gearbox, in the car and special type of machineries, there is a gearbox. So the center distance is very small. So this is the advantage of the use of the gear drive. One of the advantages. And gear drive in there are the two gears are made of cast iron or mild steel. So it is there is a disadvantage even in the noise when gear is operating. There is a mechanical noise that is producing at the time of gear driving. So now uh, gear is transferring the power from one shaft to another shaft uh, by uh, uh, by rotating it and calculate the RPM, and then designing parameters will apply, and then how much power is transferred we can calculate, and from the gear design whether gear material is stable or not when it is transferring the power from one in the side. So we'll design the where that will be breakdown or not. It is from the material mechanical properties of the material that will be used in the gears. So now first point is the advantage. You see this PDF. There is a point is here given introduction to gear. Friction wheel, nothing but the plain wheels. There is a this is the friction wheel. There is no teeth cutting is there. So it is the friction wheel, but it is disadvantage of this part is when slippage occurs, there will be no power will be transferred from one shaft to another shaft. So we'll cut the teeth in this way, and introducing the friction between these two parts, and to avoid the slippage. So it is the gears, and gears is the one is driver and another is follower. Driver is rotating, then in the shaft or pulley, the driver and driven or follower it will be rotated. But in this design section, there is the teeth is cutting along its along its circumference in a systematic way. That is called the matching gear. Two teeth are to be cut in teeth of the gear. Each and every teeth will be same module, same size and same height will be size of the it will be same, and in one in two consecutive gear teeth, there is a space of the gear gears teeth tooth, that is called the tooth space. Toothbed, when the two gears are meshed together, then another gear's teeth will be introduced in this part, and so their size will be matched together, and their dimension, that is actually will calculate this with the help of module and and the pitch circle diameter. We will calculate these parameters. So when first driver is rotating, then it is applying the force on the tooth in the opposite gear, then that opposite gear, and then the peripheral, along the peripheral tangent along the tangent, that is called the tangential force. And another force will be when we will be analyze the force. There is a two forces there. One is the tangential force, another is the radial force. So tangential force is causes rotate. It is the main function of this tangential force is to rotate the to generate the torque. But in radial force is increasing or decreasing the gear weight along vertical or upward direction. So when vertical downward direction, it will increase the weight of the gears, and upward direction will release the weight of the gears. And so in the that is the position depends on the mounting the gears, mounting the gears when it will be or weight is less or not, less or increase. So in this figure, you will show that you know the from the engineering drawing. This is the front view. Over the circular section is the front view of the gears, and lower part is the top view of the gear. When you will observe the gear wheel, then front view will see the diameter. You will calculate the diameter and the shape of the gears, and teeth form is there. But in the top view, that is not possible to observe the gear weight. Only you can calculate only the thickness from here. And so it is in a rectangular shape, and two machine gear is showing, and shaft distance you can calculate from this figure. How much distance is center to center distance, etc. And there is a there is a some circle is there on the gears. That is, one is the pitch circle, another is the addendum circle, and upper portion is the addendum circle, and lower circle is called the dedendum circle. And another circle is there, that is the base circle, that I will discuss in this in the via geometry later. Then base circle, when you will calculate the pitch circle. Pitch circle diameter is the one of the important parameters. You know the pitch circle diameter, then you will calculate all the parameters from it. So gear, this is the figure for the spar gear. Straight tooth, this is actually called the straight tooth spar gear. Now, advantage and disadvantage of the gear types. Uh, mm, that you can read from this book. This is the note from the Kurmi. Uh, this is not from RS Kurmi. And the, number one advantages. It transferred the exact velocity ratio. You know the velocity ratio N2 by N1 when the two shafts are rotating in the pulley system. The one is called the or chain also. The velocity ratio is N2 by N1, that is RPM. In this same manner, we will calculate the gear velocity ratio in the gear. That is instead of the diameter of the pulleys, then it will calculate with the help of D1 by D2. That is N2 by N1 is equal to D2 by D1. This is the velocity ratio. It may use the number two. It may use the transmit the large power, and when you will use the chain drive and pulley, etc. Then there is some disadvantages there. Slippage occurs, and tearing of the belt, etc. And low power is transferred mm, uh, in the pulleys. If you want to large amount of power transfer in the pulley system, the diameter will be diameter, and the center distance is required more. So, but in gear drive, it may use the transmit the large power within the shortest distance, because gear is made of metallic, and two gears are nested together, and so transmission amount is large in the gear drive. It may use the small center distance. That is, I have already told you that the center distance between the two shafts are equal, and it has a high efficiency. That efficiency, the mechanical load effort and load applied. That is the efficiency ratio in gear drive. Efficiency will be high, and it has a reliable service. You can rely on the gear drive when you will driving the car. There is a gear, first gear, second gear, and third gear, and there is no alternation in the motion, that you can rely on this gear, and it has a compact layout, and is layout is very compact in this part. In disadvantage, since the manufacturing of the gear is required special types of machine tools, it is anti-equipment, and it is costlier than the other drive. That is the pulleys, etc. When you will manufacture, and sprocket wheel, but gear is complicated, and the special types of machine and machine is required for the manufacturing of the gears. So it is the advantage and disadvantage of the gear. And the error in cutting error in cutting to may causes the vibration and the noise during the operation. যেটা আমি আগে বললাম যে তোমার গিয়ার ড্রাইভের সময় একটা মেকানিক্যাল metallic noise হয়, and gear cutting, the error in the cutting in the gear teeth may be causes. So gear সবসময় মানে gear manufacturing is very difficult, because special type of operator is required for gear cutting, then the lathe driving and others machining operation, and it is very complicated. So it is required the suitable lubrication and the reliable method of applying it, and for the purpose proper operation of the gear drive. Now it is required the especially when if you do not use the run the car in several months, then its gear will be jammed, and because metallic, so it will be rusted, and to increase the friction in the gear wheels. So it is mentioned should be proper. Maintenance should be properly. It will be maintained, lubricating and oiling, etc. Will apply in the gears position, or greasing, etc. That is the lubricating that is called the machinery lubrication, and you will fill this to avoiding this rusted and the damage of the machinery parts. And so the proper operation of the gear drives. The gear drive is these are the disadvantage. Now here the classification of the gears. Classification of the gears. Gear is the several type of, actually we will study here the four types of gears. That is spar gear, bevel gear, bevel gear, helical gear, and worm gear. Worm and worm wheel. It is actually called worm and worm wheel. Acha. Now gear is classification of the gears as per the attachment of the gears. So that is called number one is according to the position of the axis of the shaft. In which position axis of the shaft, that is parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting shaft, intersecting axis, or the skew line. Intersecting may be skew line. Skew line, the three-dimensional figures. That is more complicated, but fitting is more complicated. In this special type of machineries, it is required for this. Also spiral gear. That is the spiral gear is spiral and helical gear. That is required the non-intersecting, non-parallel shaft on the axis of the non-parallel. So when we'll study here the spar gear chapters. That is spar gear is state per gear. It is axis is parallel. Axis of the two gears will be parallel, or shaft will be parallel. So another part is the spar gear. Okay. This is the another type of gear when teeth are in the inclined position, that is called the helical gears. And helical gears are also two types, left hand helical and right hand helical. When two left and right hand helical is joined together, that is called the double helical gear or a herringbone gear. It is a special type of gear. It is a double helical gear or helical gear. It is used. This element is most important for the automobile gearbox in mass use in the automobile industry. So in the bevel gear, when power is transferred from the axis of the shaft is perpendicular to each other or inclined, that is mounting the bevel gear in this manner. This is called the bevel gear. And the spiral gear, and step by step I will discuss. This is the gears divided according to the position of the axis, that is parallel, perpendicular or intersect, or non-intersecting, non-parallel, parallel. It is a spiral gear used. Now, number two, number two is the according to their peripheral velocity. According to the peripheral velocity, the gear is classified. That is three types: the low velocity, medium velocity, and high velocity. That is maybe in case of spark gear, bevel gear, helical gear, etc. Velocity is controlling by the amount of torque transfer. Now, number three is the according to the type of gearing. According to the type of gearing means internal gear and internal gear, external gear, internal gear, and rake and pinion. This is the type of external gear when you know the when two circles are externally touch each other, then that is called the external touching. Now, in this case, gear, if you consider the um, piece circle, then piece circle is tangent to each other, and others in the others two circle, that is addendum circle and dedendum circle, is opposite to each other. Addendum circle of the driver is tangent to the dedendum circle of the driver, and dedendum circle of the driven or follower. And then dedendum circle of the driver is uh, tangent to the addendum circle of the follower. So it is called the external gearing. And when internal gearing, this is the type of internal gearing. When two circles are touched internally, then the shortest center distance in this part is adding in the external touching and internal touching. It is the gear internal pinion. This is diver gear is called the pinion actually. And then it is the internal gear in inner side. Peripheral inner side is teeth cutting, and outer periphery is cutting in the diver, and internal peripheral is cutting the teeth in the driven or follower. This is the type of internal gearing. And another is the rake and pinion. Mm, one curvature is R, and another curvature is infinite. That is rake. Rake is the state. It is the but the gear tip size is same, and gear space is also same in this rake. And in pinion, gear teeth size and the space is also equal to the rake. So it will be matched together, and when pinion will rotate, then rake will be linear velocity. We will get linear motion. In the circular motion, in conversion of the linear motion, circular motion to the linear motion, you will get here. Now, you know the circular. If you have the circular motion, you convert in linear motion. When you have the linear motion, you can convert into the circular motion. So it is the function. It is the diagram of the rake and pinions. So then according to the position, sorry, এটা কোনটা কত নম্বর, internal and gear, external gear. Number 3, according to the type of gearing. Number 3. Number 4, according to the position of the tooth on the tooth on the according to the tooth on the surface. That is state, incline, and scarp. State, incline, and curve. This is the position of the tooth on the gear. Then important terms that is used in gear design. That is, first one is I'm showing the this figure first. This is the gear meshing with externally. That is the teeth. Teeth space is uh, the opposite driver teeth is insert in the follower teeth. One pinion. This is small gear is called the pinion, and large gear is the called the gear. This is in the mounting position of the two gears, and then in the gear geometry, this is the uh, diagram. Diagram is three-dimensional figure, maybe three-dimensional figure. That is the two circles, outer circle. See, addendum. This is the outer circle is called the addendum circle, and lowest part, lowest circle is called the dedendum circle. Now addendum and the pitch circle, middle red center line is showing. This is the pitch circle. This is the pitch circle. Pitch circle. So in the from the pitch circle to the outer circle, that is called the addendum. That is HA. Symbolically it is represent. Then when I will do the problems, then we'll put the addendum, dedendum, etc. Now dedendum is the distance of the pitch pitch circle to the lowest dedendum circle. So it is called the dedendum. And clearance, there is a clearance between when two gears are meshed together. Now opposite side gear, that is the pinion or the driver teeth, is enter up to in the gear space up to the clearance circle. That will be that is the space for the clearance. And clearing working depth is also, it is called the working depth. And circular pitch, two consecutive gear teeth, starting from the one surface to the starting of the another teeth is the space. Totally the দুটো ইয়ে হবে, gear and gear space is the on the circular pitch, on the pitch circle diameter is called the circular pitch. That is pi d by total circumference length is pi d, and divided by number of teeth. Then you will get the circular pitch. Now I will calculate design parameters will show later. This is called the circular pitch, and this is the tooth thickness. Tooth thickness at the taking from the because you know the surface of the gear surface, flank surface, is actually not a circular arc. This is the arc. This is the arc is amount is calculating from the cycloid profile, and other is the cycloid and other is called the involute. Cycloid profile or involute profile. So types of gear is two types of according to their profile. You also calculate in the cycloid gear and involute gear. you have already done the involute curve. তোমরা তো involute curve and circular curve করেছিলে তো? হ্যালো হ্যালো, ড্রয়িং এ,
হ্যাঁ
ইডিতে
স্যার, আসেন, হ্যাঁ স্যার।
সেকেন্ড শিটে। হ্যাঁ,
হুম
ওই
হুম।
সার্কুলার প্রোফাইল, মানে দ্যাট ইজ নট এ সার্কুলার আর্ক। এই যে ইয়েতে দেখা যাচ্ছে এটা হচ্ছে সার্কুলার আর্ক হবে না, এটা হচ্ছে আইদার ইনভলিউট কার্ভ অর মানে অর অর সার্কুলার কার্ভ, দ্যাট মে বি দ্যাট that is in the drawing parameters we will calculate. uh, uh, Now, gear tooth space, tooth thickness and width of the gear is top length. This is showing the top length and face width or width of the gear, pitch surface. This is called the pitch surface. This is the line intersecting in the pitch circle, uh, pitch circle and the straight line. It is called the pitch, pitch surface element. And working depth. Total working depth is the addendum plus dedendum is the total working depth of the gear. And this is the pitch circle, tooth thickness, etc. Now, come in this position. Now, pitch circle. The terms used in gear terminology. This is called actually gear terminology. Number one is the pitch circle. It is an imaginary circle which is which by the pure rolling action would be given in the same motion as the actual gear. Actually it is an imaginary circle. It is existence is not a year. You can calculate from the addendum circle and dedendum circle, then maximum diameter, minimum diameter divided by 2. You can calculate the pitch circle, because the shape is not the shape of the gear teeth is not uniform. Not It is upper portion is upper portion is narrow and lower portion is wide. So it is the pitch circle. All the force acting on the gears, that is passing through the action of the force is passing through this through the pitch circle position. So it is the so it is called the imaginary circle. We'll calculate all the force acting on the gear. So it is teeth, two gears are meshing together, and here force is acting on the force line of force is lies on the imaginary circle, that is the pitch circle and pitch point. This is the pitch point. The force acting on this point is called the pitch point. It is the common point that contact between the two pitch circles. This is called the pitch point and pitch surface. It is the surface that the rolling disc, when it is a solid, so it is a rolling disc on which the machine, the gear have placed at the pitch circle. So another parameter is the pressure angle. Pressure angle is an oblique angle that we will discuss. You cannot understand from this figure pressure angle. What is pressure angle? We will discuss in this in the geometrically. It will be we will draw this. I am showing the figure because here two meshing gear is a geometry, that is the angle pitch pressure angle. Pressure angle is this beta. Not this is not quite. Here, this is the pressure angle. You see this pressure angle. Pressure angle is the common parameters of the two meshing gear, but the size is not same, but only the pressure angle and pressure angle module, etc. These two parameters are the same for the all gears. That may be larger diameter and larger diameter and small diameter. So is phi. Phi is represent the pressure angle. Pressure angle is same. Now geometrically we will draw this figure, then we will get comparing these two right angles. That is P is the pitch point. P is the pitch point, and the common tangent is the horizontal line is the common tangent. common tangent, and another part is the pitch contact, point of contact between the two teeth. Two teeth is the Q is represent, and then draw a common tangent and common normal. This is the common normal. Common normal passing to the pitch point and to the base circle. Actually, this is the right angle. So we will compare at the center and the vertical line and the point common tangent to the base circle is the um, uh, uh, is the this is the pressure angle. এটা আমি পরে বুঝিয়ে দিচ্ছি, তোমাদের এখান থেকে বুঝতে পারবে না ফট করে। This is the pressure angle. Pressure angle is the same for the all size of gears or meshing gears, different size of meshing gears, but pressure angle will be same parameters. Pressure angle and module will be same. One by one, I am telling you. That is here pressure angle. Then addendum, dedendum, I have already told you the addendum, dedendum. Now, it is the important circular pitch. Circular pitch is represented by the PC, circular pitch, then pi d. Total pi d is the circumferential length of the total circumferential length divided by t. T is the number of teeth, or number of teeth cut in the gear, that is divided by t. That is pi d by t is the circular pitch. It is the parameter, and then circular pitch is equal for the all gears. That is maybe different so many different diameter. Pitch diameter is there, so you can write it. PC is equal to pi d1 by t1, pi d2 by t2, and pi d3 by t3, etc. like this. So comparing the two gears, then d1 by d2 is equal to t1 by t2. We will getting this relation. Note it. This is the for the gear drives. T1 d1 by d2, ratio of the two diameters is equal to ratio of the two teeth. They are equal. That is we are getting from circular pitch. Now again is the diametral pitch. Another parameter is the diametral pitch. Diametral pitch is equal to that is not we will not get in the figure. Your terminology geometrical figure will mathematically we will calculate it. Now PD, the diametral pitch is equal to T by D, T by D. So T by D is become convert into the pi by T by D is the ratio is called the pitch. So another part is constant. So putting this value, P into D is equal to product of the two diametral pitch and pitch circle PC is pi. The two product is pi. So it is called the diametral pitch. This is the pitch circle diameter. And diameter যদি বলে diametral pitch ইয়েটা কত, diameter কত, ওটা diameter হয় না, ওটা T by D মান হয়েছে। Now another part is the module. Module, it is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeter to the number of teeth. The D by T is actually stand for module. It is the ratio for is equal for the all gears. So D by T is called the module. Module is the only another parameter that parameters is equal to for the all gears. Otherwise, it will be not meshed together. So in meshing gear, that will be equal. So module is it is a standard module for the for this part. Now in this figure here, module for gear 1, module is D1 by T1, and driven gear for follower D2 by T2. This is the module. Actually, you will eliminate this pi. Then pitch circle is converted to module. The module is the equal parameter, and the pressure Angle is the equal parameter for the all size of gears, the machine gears. Now again module, then clearance. Clearance is required for the two machine gears, tooth depth that you can get in geometrically. Working depth also get, and tooth thickness also get, and tooth space. Tooth space is the same similar size of the gear tooth width and width are equal. So it is the width of the space between the two adjacent tooth measure along the pitch circle. Now backlash. Another important thing is backlash. Backlash is if there when gear is rotating. Now at the time of rotating, there wearing and corrosion is there in every material. It is rotating of one gear size is decreasing from this gear teeth is decreased in size, so the tooth space is large, so there is a gap. It is the difference between the tooth space and the tooth thickness as measure on the pitch. আমি তোমাদেরকে ছবিটা দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি, এখন ইয়ে করতে পারবো না, পরের দিকে আমি বুঝিয়ে দেবো আবার। The backlash. When you will starting the gear, then gear, then when you will switch on the gear for gear drive, then gear is not at this moment. Gear is not rotating. The driven driver is rotating, but driven is not rotating. But there is a gap. When backlash will be make up this distance, then follower will be move. So this part is called the backlash. Backlash. Backlash ছবিটা আমি দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি। Just a minute. This is the case for backlash. When the pitch circle, there is a gap. There is a gap between the teeth, gear teeth, and the tooth space, and there is a gap. This is the gap. Is the back? This part is called the backlash. When this is the pinion, when rotate, then it will be to cover this distance, to cover the distance for transferring the power. So it will up to যতক্ষণ না পর্যন্ত এই ব্যাকলাসটা তোমার কভার হচ্ছে ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত the follower will be not rotate. So this part is the geometrically showing in this this is the part of backlash. This is called backlash because at the time of rotation, the wearing and corrosion, due to corrosion, that will be reduce the size of the gear teeth. So it is called the backlash. Now again, this is the backlash and backlash, the face width and top length. I will get top length, flank width, and face width, profile, flank width. Sorry, face width, not face width, flank width. Flank width. Flank width means কতটা thickness profile and fillet radius. Fillet radius is the another বলছি এটা fillet radius and pitch of contact, length of the path contact, arc contact, and approach and arc researches. Now it is called the fillet. There is a circular arc is in this position. Just see that is not corners is generating. It is the surface. There is a circular arc is there. It is so it is called the fillet. This is called fillet operation. At the time of machining, we will be produce this part. fillet radius. That is, the radius is called the fillet radius. This is the main important terminology for the gear drives, and this is for the spur gear. This is called the straight tooth spur gear, and the face top length, tank width, pitch surface, etc. That is, you will observe this figure, and carefully you try to draw it, and which are the parameters including here. হুম, এগুলো তোমরা একটুখানি দেখে নেবে। Now then law of gearing. Law of gearing means the when gear is rotating, they are maintained some law. That means actually angular velocity, angular velocity or angular velocity angular velocity omega 1 by omega 2, or you can convert into the velocity ratio also. Omega 1 by omega 2 is the velocity ratio, that is d1 by d2 and t1 by t2, and like this. So we'll getting this from the geometry. Geometry. This is the gear machine, two machine gear, two machine spur gear. Spur gear. That is the we are taking the two circle, that is pitch circle. Pitch circle are when two machine gear mesh, two gears are mesh together, then their two circle, pitch circle are touch, tangent to each other, touch together at point P, at point P. Then center of the gear blank 1 and gear blank 2, driver and driven, it is showing vertically. You can take it horizontally also. Now O1 and O2, and pitch. This is the pitch point. And when two gear teeth are meshing together, this is showing the blue colors. That is at the point of contact of the two teeth is Q, Q. That is the contact point of the two gear teeth is Q, and draw a tangent TT. TT is the tangent at the two common tangent of the two teeth, and another perpendicular is drawn through the point Q. That is the perpendicular, and this perpendicular must be passing through the point of contact of the point of contact P of the circular pitch. This will be always pass, and this is the line common on the common tangent. We draw the perpendicular normal or perpendicular that is passing through the point P, must be passing through the point P. This is the gear theory. In the theory of gear, it will be happen. So this is the line of the force. Line of force is acting along this pitch line. This is called the pitch line. This is pitch line P, and P, M, P, and E is the pitch line, and the velocity is force will be acting along this. So pitch line force is acting along, arrow is given in this position, and then another tangent is not showing here. The common horizontal line is a tangent. It is the pitch line velocity, total velocity of the gear will pass effective velocity. That is velocity V1 is the velocity of blank. It is perpendicular to the radius of the driver V1, and V2 is the velocity of the follower V2, and resultant velocity must be passing through the point Q to the direction of the normal direction to the pitch. This is the pitch line velocity. It is the ratio. From the geometry, we'll get this omega 1 by omega 2. So comparing these two triangles, then draw the tangent, draw the perpendicular on the pitch line N, O to N is the perpendicular, and O1 M is perpendicular on the pitch line M. So comparing this triangle, two triangle PO2 N and and M O1 and P. This is the right angle triangle. You can calculate. You can comparing this triangle. We'll getting this ratio, that is omega 1 by omega 2 is equal to P2 by P O2, O2 P by O1 P. This is the diameter of the pitch circle diameter of the diver and follower. So omega 1 by omega 2 is equal to inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. Omega 1 by omega 2 is equal to O2P by O1P, and that means D2 by D1. It is and you have already get the relation. D2 by D1 is equal to T2 by T1. So omega 1. This is actually law of gearing. When the velocity N2 N1 in this case N1 by N2 is equal to D2 by D1 equal to T2 by T1. This is the relation between the in the gear law. You can calculate the RPM, teeth of the size, and diameter of the pitch circle diameter of the gears. You can calculate from the gearing law. এটা তোমরা ছবিটাকে একবার ভালো করে বোঝার চেষ্টা করবে, না হলে পরে নেক্সট দিন আমি আবার বলে দেবো, ঠিক আছে? When two meshing gears are law of gearing means that is velocity ratio will be same divided by equal to the T1 by T2. N2 by N1 is equal to N2 by N1 is equal to D1 by D2, D1 by D2, and T1 by T2. And that is the law of gearing. Next, এরপরে আসছে হলো এই যেটা বলছিলাম সাইক্লোয়েড গিয়ার, and you have got the cycloid when rolling in cycloid, when the you have already draw the curve, that is when circles are rolling, then curve is generating, that is the rolling. Here gear teeth is considered the several numbers of circles are rolling in this pattern, one in the clockwise direction, opposite in the anti-clockwise direction. So its profile will be generated, and in this such a way, here also the another two dollars are showing. Then this curve is generating in the gear teeth. So gear teeth is not a circular arc; it is the cycloid teeth, the cycloid profile. This is a cycloid profile, and cycloid profile, and another is the involute. Involute, when you have done in the ED, that is separate divided the circle into the 12 division, and then draw the tangent and the each point, and then getting the length of the draw the length of the draw the tangent, and getting the point A1, A2, and A3 like this. And uh, when draw the curve, that is called the involute curve. And sometimes gear teeth is also involute gear. Here it is the two meshing gear. Involute teeth maybe here showing the pressure angle, pitch point, pitch point of the two circles and the normal to the common tangent of the Q, that is Q. Now we'll draw this figure, and we'll get the another circle, that is uh, common tangent. Pitch line velocity, pitch line is the tangent to the base circle. Pitch line is the line which is common tangent to the base circle. এটা করার চেষ্টা করবে, এটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করবে, না হলে পরে একদিনে বুঝে নাও পারো। হ্যাঁ, and the comparing these two triangle, O1 O1 M and Q, and O2 O2 N and Q, this is a similar triangle. So similar triangle, opposite angle, right angle, opposite angle, and then O1 and O2 angle will be also same, and this is called the pressure angle. And pressure angle. And if we draw the two circle, that is O1 and M, taking the radius, then you can draw another circle that is called the base circle of the driver, and another circle you will draw base circle of the follower. So you will get it. Now here geometrically it is showing here the similar triangle to comparing this triangle. Then center distance between between 1 and P, 1 and P, O2P equal to, geometrically we will getting O1M by cos phi and plus O2N by cos phi. So adding this, adding this is the position, adding common factor, that is cos phi is the common, then O1M and O2M, O1M. That means O1M and O2M, the relation, it is the radius of the base circle. So finally we'll get the center distance, sum of the center distance into cos phi is equal to sum of the radius of the base circle. This is the sum of the two radius of the base circle, O1M plus O2M, equal to cos phi into center distance, or pitch circle radius, sum of the pitch circle radius. Sum of the base circle is equal to sum of the pitch circle radius into cos phi. This is the relation. That means the base circle is smaller than the pitch circle. It is, you can get it. এখান থেকে বোঝা যাচ্ছে। আচ্ছা, কম্পারিজনটা পরের দিন বলবো, ঠিক আছে? আজকে এত সব বললে মনে থাকবে না। আর যদি তোমরা এগুলো প্রত্যেকটা ইয়েতে জিওমেট্রিক্যালি এগুলো ছবিগুলো আঁকবে, একে একে বুঝে নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করবে। যদি না হয় আমাকে বলবে, যদি না বুঝতে পারো, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
আর গিয়ারের ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে পেরেছি। গিয়ার তো প্রত্যেকটা মেশিনে তোমাদের দেখবে যে মানে ইয়েতে যাবে, সেশনাল ক্লাসে যাবে, যে সমস্ত মেশিন পার্টস আছে, যখন প্রত্যেকটা ইয়েতে গিয়ার ড্রাইভস আছে, প্রত্যেকটা মেশিনের মধ্যে গিয়ার, সে অফসেট মেশিনিং বলো আর যাই বলো, ওখানে সমস্ত পার্টে গিয়ার ড্রাইভ আছে। আচ্ছা, এখানে আরেকটা জিনিস দেখানো নেই, যেটা ওই যে মানে অ্যাট দ্য সেন্টার হোল যেখানে শ্যাফটটা লাগানো হবে, এখানে কি ওয়েটা দেখানো নেই। এখানে কি ওয়ে দেখিয়ে দেবো এখন পরের দিকে। কি ওয়েটা এখানে দেখানো নেই। এটা দেখুন পরের দিন আরো দিচ্ছে। এগুলো হচ্ছে গিয়ার হুইলের ইয়ে আছে। ডিজাইনের মধ্যে কতটা করবো সেটা একবার দেখতে হবে, বুঝতে পারলে? প্রবলেম আছে, লুইস ইকুয়েশন দিয়ে প্রবলেম আছে, স্ট্রেংথ ইকুয়েশন বার করতে হবে, গিয়ারে আছে কতগুলো। এই অবধি তো কিছুটা বুঝতে পেরেছো? হ্যালো হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার।
এই অবধি একটুখানি দেখে ইয়ে করে দেবে। তারপরে যদি না হয়, এখানে আমি এখানে ওই প্রেসার অ্যাঙ্গেল কোনটা, কোন কি প্যারামিটার গিয়ে মেশিন গিয়ার এর ক্ষেত্রে যে রিলেশন গুলো আসছে, এখানে প্রবলেম করতে গেলে এখানে লাগবে। এখানে দেখো গিয়ার ডিজাইন। আচ্ছা, গিয়ার মেটেরিয়ালস এর মধ্যে তোমার অনেক কিছু ইয়ে হতে পারে, কাস্ট আয়রন, মাইল্ড স্টিল, কাস্ট আয়রন, তারপরে নন ফেরাস মেটেরিয়াল, ব্রাশ, হ্যাঁ, যেটাকে পিতল আর ইয়ে বলি, ব্রাস, ব্রোঞ্জ, এটসেট্রা। হ্যাঁ, তারপরে তোমার মোনেম মেটাল একটাকে বলে। তারপরে উডেন গিয়ারও হতে পারে দরকার পড়লে পরে, যেরকম শর্টের ইয়েতে যদি হয় উডেন গিয়ার। হ্যাঁ, এগুলো তারপর পরের দিন আমি মিনিমাম নাম্বার অফ টিথ ইন দ্য গিয়ার কত সাইজ হবে, মিনিমাম নাম্বার অফ টিথ ইন দ্য পেনিয়ান হুইচ ইজ অপারেট দ্য টোটাল গিয়ার সিস্টেম, দ্যাট ইজ কল দ্য পেনিয়ান গিয়ার। আর ড্রাইভার গিয়ার মানে ড্রিভেন গিয়ারটাকে বলে গিয়ার, আর পেনিয়ান ইয়েটাকে বলে ড্রাইভারটাকে বলে পেনিয়ান, আর ড্রিভেনটাকে বলা হয় গিয়ার। এটা হচ্ছে কি তোমার গিয়ার ডিজাইনের। তারপরে এখানে ডাইনামিক ইয়ে আছে, ডাইনামিক টুথ লোড আছে, স্ট্যাটিক টুথ লোড, স্ট্যাটিক্যালি যেটা থাকবে। আবার এটা তো ডাইনামিক গিয়ার তো থাকলে পরে গিয়ার মোশনে থাকবে, তো গিয়ার ডাইনামিক মানে অন দ্য মোশন, তখন গিয়ারের ইয়ে কিন্তু পাল্টে যাবে। তারপরে এটাকে বলছিল ডাইনামিক টুথ লোড। তারপরে তোমার হচ্ছে হলো এই স্ট্যাটিক টুথ লোড যেটা বললাম। তারপরে ওয়্যার লোড হচ্ছে কি, গিয়ার যখন তোমার লোডেড দিচ্ছ, তখন ওর উপরে একটার সঙ্গে একটা চেপে বসে থাকছে, ওয়ারিং ইজ প্রডিউস ইন দিস টাইম, তো এটাকে বলা হচ্ছে ওয়্যার লোড। এই প্যারামিটার গুলো, ক্যালকুলেশন গুলো একটু বুঝতে রাখতে হবে। তোমরা তো অতটা স্ট্রেংথ অফ মেটেরিয়াল অতটা করে আসোনি, এই জন্য একটা প্রবলেম হতে পারে। আচ্ছা, গিয়ার কজেস অফ গিয়ার ফেলিয়ার। আচ্ছা, গিয়ার কিসের জন্য গিয়ার নষ্ট হয়ে যেতে পারে, কারণ সেটা হচ্ছে তোমার এখানে এর পরের দিন বলবো। আচ্ছা, তারপরে অ্যানাদার ইম্পর্টেন্ট নিয়ে গিয়ার ডিজাইন প্রসিডিউর অফ স্পার গিয়ারের যে সমস্ত প্যারামিটার গুলো লাগবে গিয়ার ডিজাইনের জন্য, সেটা হচ্ছে স্টেপ বাই স্টেপ এগুলোকে বলতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, এখানে তোমরা ওই গিয়ার জিওমেট্রি দেখবে, এখানে মডুল ফডুল দেখো চলে আসছে, পিচ সার্কেল চলে আসছে, পিচ সার্কেল ডায়ামিটার চলে আসছে, এগুলো লাগবে। আর এখানে পি হচ্ছে পাওয়ার। পাওয়ার তো তোমরা ওখানে তো শ্যাফটে আর ইয়েতে করেছি। পাওয়ারের ইউজুয়াল ফর্মুলাটা তো তোমার ওই যে পাই কত ছিল, 60 ইন্টু কত টি ইজুগাল টর্ক ইজুগাল টু 60 ইন্টু পাওয়ার ডিভাইডেড বাই কত 2 পাই এন আরপিএমটা দিয়ে করেছিলাম। ওখান থেকে দরকার হলে ক্যালকুলেশন করতে হবে যে টর্ক। আর এখানে টি হচ্ছে নাম্বার অফ টিথ, টর্ক নয়, যেগুলো বলে দিতে হবে। ঠিক আছে। আর এখান থেকে আর তোমার বিবেল গিয়ারে খালি অনলি জিওমেট্রি করবো, বিবেল গিয়ার ডিজাইন প্যারামিটার্স করবো না, এটা একটাই ডিজাইন প্যারামিটার্স করাবো। ঠিক আছে। আর এটা দেখবে তোমাদের কাছে এমনি পিডিএফ আছে তো, ইয়ের কুর্মির পিডিএফ আছে, আমি দিয়ে দিলাম গিয়ারের ইয়েটা। হ্যাঁ, আর যেগুলো যেগুলো থাকবে না শর্ট নোটে, যেন ব্যাকলাসটা তোমার এই বইতে দেখানো নেই, ব্যাকলাসের ছবিটা আমি পরে পাঠিয়ে দেবো। ঠিক আছে, দাঁড়াও। আচ্ছা, তোমাদের ক্লাস টেস্টের ব্যাপারে কিছু আছে সাগরিকা, এই নিশান, সাগরিকা, হ্যালো, বলছি তোমাদের ক্লাস টেস্টের ব্যাপারে কোনো সার্কুলার আছে? হ্যালো, এনি সার্কুলার রিগার্ডিং ক্লাস টেস্ট? হ্যালো, হ্যালো, বলছি ক্লাস টেস্ট, কারণ আমি একটা ক্লাস টেস্ট এখনই নিয়ে নিতে পারি, কিন্তু হেড কি তোমাদের নিয়ে নিয়েছে ক্লাস টেস্ট? হ্যালো, কে নিয়েছে, হেড নিয়ে নিয়েছে ক্লাস টেস্ট? কে বললো হেড নিয়ে নিয়েছে? না না, ও তোমাদের না, ফাইনাল ইয়ারে তোমাদের তোমাদের। কিন্তু আমি কিন্তু মানে ফার্স্ট ক্লাস টেস্টের পজিশনে চলে গেছি, বুঝলে তো। হ্যালো, আমাদের মোটামুটি 4-5টা চ্যাপ্টার হয়ে গেলেই ক্লাস টেস্ট হয়ে গেছে। এখন তোমরা কি করবে এটা আমাকে বলবে। হ্যাঁ, ইয়েকে একটু ইনফরমেশন নাও না, ইয়েতে কলেজ থেকে ক্লাস টেস্টের জন্য কি করা যেতে পারে। আমি ক্লাস টেস্টটা নিয়ে নিতে চাই, বুঝলে। আচ্ছা, আর তোমাদের কিন্তু সবাই আসছেন, তোমাদের কতজন স্টুডেন্ট? হলো 18 জন। 18 ল্যাটারালের কোনো খবর নেই এখনো? ও, ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, তোমাদের গিয়ারটা তোমরা দেখো, গিয়ার জিওমেট্রিটা আগে ভালো করে বোঝো। হ্যাঁ, ওখানে যা যা দিয়েছে অ্যাডভান্টেজ ডিসঅ্যাডভান্টেজ ওগুলো হয়ে যাবে, ওগুলোর জন্য তারপরে ক্লাসিফিকেশন অফ গিয়ার্স, মানে অ্যাকর্ডিং টু দ্য যেগুলো বললাম, অ্যাকর্ডিং টু দ্য অ্যাক্সেস, অ্যাকর্ডিং টু দ্য পেরিফেরিয়াল ভ্যালুসি, অ্যাকর্ডিং টু গিয়ার টুথ কাটিং, এগুলোর উপরে এটা দেখে নাও, দেখে অনেকটাই বুঝে যাবে। হ্যাঁ, তারপরে আমি দরকার হলে যদি না হয় পরের দিন আমি আবার ডিসকাস করে দেবো। ঠিক আছে। ইয়ারটা একটু কঠিন চ্যাপ্টার, অন্য ইয়ের থেকে কঠিন।
স্যার আপনি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স নিয়ে নিয়েছেন?
অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স তো নিলাম, অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স হ্যাঁ নিয়েছি।
একবার দেখে নিন না, আমার নামটা দিন, আমার নেট প্রবলেম করছিল।
না, আমি নিয়ে নিচ্ছি আরেকবার, দাঁড়াও। তুমি তো ছিলে তো প্রথমের দিকে, তো নিয়েছি তো
হ্যাঁ
নতুন
আমি
বের হয়েছিল
ছিলাম।
তো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ ছিল, ওই তখনই আমি নিয়ে নিয়েছিলাম ওই
ঠিক
ইয়ে
আছে ঠিক
টাইম।
আছে ঠিক আছে স্যার।
তারপরে বোধহয় রাজেশ্বর এসছিল, এই রাজেশ্বর,
ইয়েস স্যার, আসি
রাজেশ্বর
স্যার।
মন্ডল তোমার। হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো রাজেশ্বর, শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ স্যার।
বলছি তোমার ড্রয়িং এ কি হয়েছে গো?
স্যার আমার তখন
ইডি ইডি
হ্যাঁ
ইডি 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 দাওনি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ইডি দিইনি বলতে স্যার দুটো শিট দিয়েছিলাম, অ্যান্ড স্যার বাকি সময়টা স্যার শরীর খারাপ ছিল। ইভেন আমার
ইডি তো আমি নিইনি, শোনো না, ইডি তো আমি নিইনি। তুমি কি ইয়ে একেএম এর সঙ্গে কথা বলেছো? তোমাদের
হ্যাঁ
একেএম
স্যার
নিয়েছিল?
আমি, হ্যাঁ স্যার আমি
একেএম কি
এইচওডিকেও মেল,
বলেছে? হ্যাঁ, একেএম
এইচওডিকে
কি বলেছে?
একেএম স্যার বলেছিলেন যে মানে তোমার এইচওডিকে তোমার ডকুমেন্টস অ্যান্ড জেরক্স কপি সাবমিট করো, দেন
হুম।
পাস মার্কের বিষয়টা ভেবে দেখা হবে।